All right, guys. So we got to see Courtney's morning routine for detox. I want to go through my morning ritual that actually helps my liver get really cleaned up for the morning day, the morning time. One of the biggest points that I try to focus in is basically like Courtney says, she has the routine of not looking at the phone in the morning. So I really feel that EMF, or keeping yourself from too much EMF, looking at phone and getting into an environment where there's too much of that influence on your body early in the morning. When I get up, I try to wake up every morning around the same time. I think it's very important. So in Ayurvedic medicine, they tell us that whenever you have any type of bacteria in the mouth, you could, brush your teeth, but they like it where you take warm water and you can put it in the mouth and let it sit and sort of swish it around your mouth, and then do that for about a minute, and then you spit out. And so that's what I do. And then I can take the type of toothpaste that we talked about, like if I found one that has some essential oils on my particular brand, like Pearl, and I will do a mouth cleansing. So one of the biggest things before I do that, though, is I really floss well. Now, the reason I pull this out here is because I've had 2 teeth that have had issues on the right side here, guys, and that's associated with my stomach. And I had a stomach surgery in 2017. So one thing I have found is that these teeth right here usually have a little bit of recession on the gum. Not because I don't keep them clean, but I have to be careful of any pockets. So if you have an area of your gum that bleeds or gets swollen, I always recommend that you do spend a little extra time, because we did that podcast with one of our dentist friends, and she said that one of the biggest causes for any type of infections of the sinuses is because the areas between the teeth are really corroded, or they're, has a lot of debris in there. So this is big. I usually do that before I brush teeth, and then I do my oil pulling. This is probably a big ritual for me. I know that Dr. Axe has really been talking about, you've talked about it quite a bit. It is very, very important to me. So whenever we talk about oil pulling, you want to pull the toxins out that the morning, the day before had the bacteria and some fungus and some yeast. This, if you swish around your mouth, 2 to 3 minutes. Now, some people go up to 10 minutes. I don't do that. But I would just say 2 to 3 minutes. I just do it right before I jump in the shower. So I take a spoonful. Guys, I literally take a spoonful, put it in here, let it melt, swish around my mouth. Don't spit it into your sink because it could clog up your pipes. So you want to spit it into the trash can or go outside and spit it out. In Ayurvedic medicine, though, too, they actually tell us, too, that you can use sesame seed oil. In fact, sesame seed oil and olive oil are very good astringents, like with an oil pulling. I am naturally more prone to use sesame seed oil because my mom's Asian, and so that's used like in Japanese and Korean cooking a lot. But coconut is really good for the body. Now, well, a side note, guys, if you use this and you ever find that you have little bumps inside the mouth or on the gums and you feel like your mouth gets sore, you could have a little coconut sensitivity, but more than likely, the sulfur components, the acids in the coconut are pulling out viruses, because we all have certain types of viruses in our gum and our teeth. So if you have that, don't be discouraged. Just may have to, instead of a pull for 2 minutes, do it 1 minute. So that's my morning routine there. So mouth is cleansed, and then sometimes I let the oil sit on there, and then I'll do a little extra water rinse to get the rest of it out. Then I move on. And so I have 2 things that go through my head. If I really want to get relaxed, especially in the shower or in the kitchen, I have those little bottle diffusers or bubble diffusers. You ever seen those?
Love them.
Those are really cute. They're so cute. And I'll take lemongrass, and lemongrass is very good for cleansing out for my lungs. And because I've had from Lyme, I had a really high amounts of mycoplasma and some bacteria of pneumonia. So I have to keep it pretty cleaned up. So I'll sometimes do lemongrass or have it in my room, especially at night. If I ever feel stressed, my detox for stress is copaiba. And I will take that, and sometimes I rub it on the bottom of my feet. But a lot of times I just rub it on the back of my neck and let this effect get there. That's one of my emotional detox.
That was really anti-inflammatory too.
It is, yeah. Especially like if you have like the cervical discs, like I've had some injury there, like it really does help, and it helps wake up my brain.
Yeah.
So we've done that, and we just did this, but I use the oils, and then I'll use Albizia Supreme. It's another product, but this is a tincture, and Albizia is very good at calming your sympathetic nervous system, and it's very good for balancing your dopamine. So a thing that I had when I had Lyme really bad was that kind of fried out my dopamine receptors. I couldn't feel like lots of pleasure or feel like happiness. So I will do an Albizia, and I already took some before, but
let's run it back.
And this one will... Well, actually, it's very good because it keeps you calm, but it's not habit forming. but it is very good at making your head feel balanced. So it doesn't make you feel like you're in the clouds at all. So
that one, guys.
That one's good.
If you take away nothing else, Albizia may be your new best friend.
It is.
So.
And some people who have that had issues in the morning or in the afternoon where people need more habit forming, like certain types of food or alcohol or something of that sort. If they use Albizia, they've been shown studies that if you do this regularly, that you actually can help break that habit because you're actually modifying and healing some dopamine issues. Me and Courtney were talking about melatonin. Now, people say use it for nighttime sleep, but this thing, we had an interview with Dr. Laurence. In the morning at times, guys, depending on the milligrams, I don't go and put a whole dropper full because I'll be falling asleep at work.
Yep.
But what I will do is do like 3 to 4 drops. It just helps balance, like it's antioxidant, but it helps me like feed my cells. And for some reason, it actually helps me feel a little more energetic in the day. So that's like my little detox of emotions and getting my head ready for the day. I do this apple cider vinegar. It's very alkaline. So my mom got me on this. So I'll just basically I'll put a whole shot of it. I have a shot glass right there, and
You just go straight with the ACV.
Go right at it.
That's hardcore. Everybody, if you that makes your eyes water, that's on another level. So you can work up to that. You made it look really easy.
It is because in Korean culture, we eat a lot of kimchi and...
Oh, yeah. You're used to that.
I'm used to that pickled vegetable taste.
Smells great.
Yeah, so she's really loving it being right here.
I can taste it.
So at times, though, people would ask, well, why wouldn't you do that before you brush your teeth? That's an option, too. I mean, you can do that before. But I would definitely rinse out the mouth with the water before I did the ACV.
Yeah.
Okay? I know this is a lot, and you guys are probably wondering why I go through all this, but it really does make my head feel better. Because, again, when I had Lyme infection, my head was so toxic that it was hard for me to think in the day. So I needed to set up this routine, like a spiritual routine. If I ever in the months of the fall or the winter, and I ever feel like I'm around people that are sick, I'll do elderberry. I'll do like maybe a little teaspoon. Sometimes I do it during the summer. It doesn't really matter. It just keeps your viral load down and helps increase your immune system. And one of my favorites to do is Courtney was picking at me. Now, there's a lot of discrepancy. Like some of my mentors are like, they don't know if they necessarily like silver because they think certain types of silver could get trapped in the brain. But I think ionic and colloidal, I've seen it do really good. And so I will take this, or they call them X-Lear or like oregano type base sprays. You have to be careful because they're hot. Mm-hmm. But if I'm ever in a situation where it's a lot of allergies and pollens and people are sick, I'll do a couple sprays of this and keep it with me. And I found that whenever I start to get a little tickle up in the nose or something, if I do that, that's really healthy for me. So guys, you can see it's just really big about oral and facial health and head and your cranium health. So that's my morning ritual. I do some of this right here. And along with Courtney, I love the drink that she put with lemon juice and chlorella. I never did that because I just didn't know of something that cool. I usually just drink about 2 glasses of water for me, but I now have seen like I need to do more minerals. So I do minerals in a regular capsule form, but I will say that some mornings I'll do just straight magnesium. Oh, this is charcoal.
This is magnesium.
This is magnesium, sorry guys. Yeah. But I'll do the straight magnesium, and sometimes I'll take 2 of those if it's about 500 milligrams. But
what's the form that you like to do? There's lots of forms of magnesium, so I'm interested.
I do like, for myself, my body works really well with glycinate at times, and there's also one that's by epigenetics. It's combined with succinic acid, which is basically it's an acid that you combine it with so you can absorb it better. But glycinate's good for me. Citramate works really well with me too. Not citrate, but citramate. So I think that whenever I start to incorporate more minerals, liquid minerals, I need to do that more. And the salt idea that Courtney has is bravo. So guys, I hope this sort of explains my morning ritual. It's not that exciting, but I will say that, remember, the better you set up your environment and create the patterns, your body will actually crave it. So you're going to know that you're going to encounter infections, but the beauty of it is, like, if you go to a place and there's like viruses or bacteria in the air, you're going to find out that you'll fight them off a lot quicker, and you're going to be able to keep your body clean in that arena. I'm trying to think of anything else, but we want you guys to know too, like with essential oils or any of these things we use, there's always different options. to incorporate or replace. Okay, so I hope this helps with my morning ritual. I hope you guys don't have apple cider vinegar breaths all day. Like you can have. Trenton behind the camera is like he doesn't really care for it too much, but it's okay. It's really good stuff for your pH balance. Hope this helps.